Hello and welcome to the Pickup WNBA podcast. I'm your host, Cathryn Freddie.
And I'm your other host, Freddie Rivas. What's up, everybody? How are you doing? I hope that regardless of how you're doing, you are thinking about how maybe you can help our podcast and waiting for me to tell you just how to do that, which is following us on all of our social media accounts at the Pickup WNBA podcast, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok as well, and Spotify. That's not really a follow scenario, but Spotify or Apple reviews are great. Telling people you love about us, just saying hi to us, whatever you want to do, that's all good. And yeah, shout out to everyone who loves and supports us. And I want to keep shouting out the people who are just like quietly doing their thing because I am often one of those people. So if you're like, I don't visibly support you guys in any way, but like I do appreciate you. Shout out to you.
Very cool. I guess we got a lot to talk about. First, I want to
Mhm.
say Freddie and I had the privilege on being on CP24, which is a Toronto news station. We
CP24,
got
baby.
to be on their morning show talking about the tempo, talking about this podcast. We're going to break down what that experience was like on Tempo Check. So look out for that. It was really, really fun. Um, yeah, I'm sure we'll have lots to say about it, but overall, a great time and really, really grateful to CP24 for having us on. So shout out to them for and on their breakfast show too. Big
And
time.
I want to shout out Catherine and her cool popular brother Jason Niker. Um because we'll talk about this more on Tempo Check, but when we left, the senior producer was like, Catherine? Catherine Niker? And you're like, yeah. And you're like, and she's like, sister of Jason? And you're like, yeah. And she's like, I went to school with Jason. And then like it was one of those like cool by proximity. So yeah, shout out
Yeah,
to
yeah, it was
Jason.
really fun.
Glad we glad we are connected to.
Yeah, yeah, I feel like that's the benefit of having kind of like a more rare last name that it's like, oh, like there's only one of those,
Mm-hmm.
so kind of it worked out. Okay, well we're gonna talk about kind of like what the playoff picture looks like. We're gonna talk about some of our favorite like surprising teams and some of our letdown teams. And I just want to say we're very aware that there's a cultural happening around
Mm-hmm.
the WNBA, but we've talked about it a lot this season. And I think a lot of you guys who listen, who we appreciate so much, are generally fans of the game. We watch the games, we love the sport, we love these players. So I feel like we want to focus on that. And so I just wanted to say that because I don't want you guys to think we don't know what's going on. But we also know there's a lot of great basketball happening at the same
Mm-hmm.
time. So that's what we're gonna do.
And best believe you know where we stand, and we won't be quiet. Well, we will be, talking
Absolutely
about
not.
what we need to talk about for sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, one of those things is also just like the amazing product that is the W. So we want to talk about that too.
Absolutely. So I was looking at the WNBA standings and I noticed that seats like 2 through 8 are only 4 games apart right now, which is kind of wild. Like the Lynx look pretty locked up in the first spot. Uh, the
Well,
Val the Valkyrie are
they're only
the
two
Valkyrie
wins.
are only 4 games back, so you never know.
Yeah.
But between the Valkyries at 2 and the Wings at 8, there's only 4 games between all of these teams. So there's going to be so much fun jockeying for position for the next like 5 weeks or so.
Hmm.
And I was looking at this and I thought, Freddie, I would ask, who do you want to see match up in the first round? Not necessarily what you think is going to happen or what it would look like if it started today, but just who do you want to see face off in the first round of the playoffs?
Listen, my answer is the Indiana Fever versus the Atlanta Dream.
Yes, fever dream.
So fever dream, first of all, it is actually, yeah, it could go so many ways, but it's quite
Yeah, it's
likely.
not a dream fever.
It's not a dream fever. Um, I mean, speaking of culture wars, like that collision,
Caitlyn
I
versus Angel.
yeah, like there's a certain amount of destiny there. I think the like fandom and the sort of like that would be just such a casual series. Like if those two go head to head, that will be the most watched playoffs, like playoff series of all time. Like no doubt about it. It would that's gonna
It'll be
smash records.
insane. It'll be insane.
But from a basketball standpoint, you also have like just a really, really incredible, prolific, unique offense in Indiana versus, Carl Smesko and like a really sort of like analytical, beautiful offense as well. You have some of the best 3-point shooters in the league. It's star studded. You got Caitlin and Mitchell and Boston and, Reese and Howard and Gray, um, you know, Cunningham, Canada. Like it's like really, it's two very, very stacked teams that I think at the beginning of the season, I probably would have said, no, I definitely would have said both of these teams will finish, and maybe they will, but both of these teams will finish with home court. Like
Mhm,
I would have said that. I might even still say that. But the actual drama, and even if like let's say a lot of the Caitlyn Angel beef or whatever, that is like sort of like how people are sort of like infusing, racial tension into that matchup, like
mhm,
a
mhm,
la Larry Bird and um uh Magic Johnson. Even if a lot of that is manufactured, even if when a playoff series happens and two competitors go at it, shit's gonna happen. Like the
mhm.
media is gonna get their moment. They're gonna get a look, a push, a shove, like a shrug, whatever it is. It's just gonna be a high, high drama, and I think it would be excellent basketball. Two really good coaches. Like it would just be awesome.
I completely agree. I also think we're gonna see, like, national media that probably doesn't cover the W, like, at all of those games. Like, I just feel like it would absolutely be huge. Yeah, they if they faced off today, that's what it would be. Anything can happen, but you're right. There's something about that matchup that does feel destined for sure.
How about you?
Uh, I'm going with the Lynx and the Wings. Um, I know obviously I would pick the Lynx to win that series. I think
Mhm.
most people would, but I think for a 1-8 matchup, this would be really fun. Also for a few reasons. One, it'd be great to see Paige in the playoffs. She's from Minnesota originally, so I think that's really cool. You also have the rookie matchup of this year with Olivia Miles and AZ
Mm.
Fudd.
Right, 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 right.
And I just feel like this would be a very, very entertaining first round. It will be a sweep. Think I don't know. I mean, the Wings are a good team. Like they could get a game. Like that's the thing too. It's like even though I think the Lynx are going to win, like I do think the Wings will make it at least a bit interesting. But I just feel like as far as first round matchups go in a 1-8 spot, like this would be a really, really entertaining option.
Yeah, I think like Paige has like seeing Paige on the big stage is going to be massive. It's like how good can she be? But I
Yeah.
do think that the Lynx are this unique situation where they were supposed to be down and out a little bit and sort of like hold down the fort. But the fact that they were like first while holding down the fort and then last year's like runaway MVP who only got usurped by, like, basically the GOAT.
Mhm.
The, like, Fee is just basically Fee had the best possible scenario for an injured star. Like,
Right.
best possible scenario where the team is so good that you don't need to rush them. You have an incredible coach, you have an incredible system, you have breakout talents, and, I think besides Fee, they've been fairly healthy. Like, things are just so good for Minnesota that I do think they would wallop the Wings, but, yeah, I mean, the Wings have a lot of talent, and they have some stars too, right? So Shepard and
Mhm.
Page are killing it, and, AZ, so yeah.
Okay, another fun exercise I wanted to do. We do this from time to time throughout the year, and that is just who is our surprise team? Who is the team that has surprised us the most this year? It's always fun to kind of check in with this every few months. And who has disappointed us the most this season? Um, do we want to start positive? We want to end positive? Where are we going with
Well,
this?
I'll start positive, and basically, I'll just pick up off of what I was just saying.
Sure.
And, I love calling myself out. I thought the Lynx were gonna not struggle with their integration of Fee, but I just thought there would be some kind of, like, smoothing things over and,
I love this. This had to be
just
addressed again at some point
it
on
did,
this
yeah,
podcast.
just absolutely tragic take. And, they, but I think I'm not alone in saying with Fee out for as long as she was out,
Mm,
most people didn't have the Lynx as first, right? There
mhm,
was, I think honestly, probably people had Liberty as the first. They're like the 4-star super team, right? Like that's and then Aces, whatever. So most people didn't have Minnesota. So we're not surprised anymore because we've gotten used to it. We've gotten used to the excellence we're seeing from Miles and McBride and Courtney and Howard, and just like how incredible Minnesota is. Like we're just used to it. But I think if we went back, a couple months, like right after the CBA happened, and then and we got our teams and the free agency shuffle, most people, I think I would be, I'd be really curious to whoever it is who sort of had picked the Lynx to be the best team in the league.
right, most people didn't. I mean, you and I picked the Liberty,
Hmm.
when we started the season. Um, yeah, I think everybody who needed to owe, the Lynx an apology have done so by, like, late May, early June. Freddie, it's never too late, so we're glad to have you. Um,
Should I offer an official apology?
yeah, I mean,
Dear
look, I think
dear
it
Minnesota Lynx, I am sorry. I'm sorry, Chloe Bibby. I'm sorry, Nafisa Collier. I'm sorry, Kayla McBride. I'm sorry, Nia Coffee. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to go through the whole roster, but great job, everybody. You're killing it.
yeah, I mean, they have exceeded expectations, it's true. Who's your disappointing team?
My disappointing team is the Chicago Sky.
Yes, let's
Um,
talk about it.
so similarly, I thought with Skylar, I thought with I thought with the Cloud signing, um, obviously, Jackson getting injured was like so huge and devastating. And yeah, I just thought I think I even said like I think they're going to be a playoff team. With Dijonay, like they have such a tough roster, and honestly, a lot of the things that like from a player standpoint that needed to go right for them, like sort of did. Like JC Sheldon's a player. Um, Cardoso has had that like just like
She's had a big
really,
year.
yeah, really blossoming. Hawkes is a really good draft, and Sloot came back. I think Sloot is sort of nearing the end, but like regardless, I think they they still should have been better, but, obviously they're Chicago, and, like, they didn't finish building a goddamn practice facility, and whatever happened with Skylar happened, and, it's just a messy, messy franchise. So I think for a lot of people hearing this, they're probably like, "Dude, what? You thought the Sky were gonna be good and you're surprised they're not?" The answer is yes.
Well, they were good to start off the season, and then it just felt like they never recovered after Rakia Jackson's injury,
Totally. I mean,
right?
Azari Stevens too, $1,000,000 player, like, come on.
Yeah. So, I think those are really fair picks. For me, my surprise team is the Valkyrie. I think it's so impressive and probably not talked about enough how impressive it is to be only your second year of existence as a franchise and be second in the league. Like, I think this is unheard of, not just in the WNBA, but just like expansion teams in general across
Mhm,
sports. This is so interesting to me. And I feel like I hope somebody in the Golden State area is writing a very nerdy book about
mhm.
how this team came together because it would be worth reading. Because not only are they a great team, it really is like a balanced effort. I think that's the other thing that's so impressive about it. Like, obviously, you've got Gabby Williams, and she leads the way, 14.7 points a game, three rebounds, two assists. But then you also have multiple players that are averaging around like 7, 8 points a game. Kayla Thornton, Caitlin Chen. Like, it's just such. Oh, and then of course you have Janelle Salon, who
Mhm.
also averages 13 points and just shy of 4 rebounds. So you have, I mean, oh my God, they have Tiffany Hayes as well. Like, they just have so many great players. And it's like instead of having that like big three, they just have this like solid eight that are like probably better than a lot of teams like 4 through 8. You know what I mean? And they just built this team so well. And, we saw them in the playoffs last year, which again was so unbelievably impressive. It was one of the best stories of the season. This year, they're going into the playoffs and they're going to have expectations. And I think this is going to be really, really fascinating to watch. And frankly, I expect them to make it into the second round. I would be shocked if they didn't. I think they're just really, really solid. They're well run. They've got great chemistry, and it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, uh, Natalie Nakase, like, won Coach of the Year last year and also is just
That's right.
really kinda, like, taken off, and just that franchise is doing everything right, and I think if you're a Portland fan or a Toronto fan, you came into this year being like, "Hey, anything's possible." Well, not really, like, you have to have, like you have to have whatever's happening in Golden State is very special, so shout out to Valhalla.
Yeah, absolutely. And then my disappointing team would be, oddly enough, if they started the playoffs today, it's the New York Liberty.
Yeah.
I mean, we said it earlier. We predicted this team to be a championship team going into this season. Now, granted, they have had injuries. Sabali's out, Fibich is out. Sabrina Ionescu, it took a while to come in. But this team is stacked. And it just feels like after that 2024 championship, somewhere along the line, they lost that secret sauce. I don't know how else to say it, right? Like, they fired Sandy Brondella last year after being a first round exit. And now there's fans calling for Chris DeMarco to get fired. And it's like he hasn't done any better with this team. Sandy also had injuries last year, and it just feels like what's going on? Like, I know injuries, yes, but I still feel like they should be better than where they are. I mean, their core at least is healthy. So you know, is it a question about depth? Did they like bring in the wrong people? Are there chemistry issues? I don't think so. I don't see that on the court, but like it's just so disappointing that a team that is that good on paper is currently 7th in the league. Also speaks to the volume of like great talent across the league, no question.
Mhm.
But it's just like, how did this team go from championship favorite to 7th? It can't just be injuries.
Yeah, there's also, like, if you're a nerd, write a story about that too. There's for sure a story there.
Yeah, like I
There
probably because we're like, we're watching the tempo games. I probably don't watch enough Liberty games, although I try to catch as much games as I can across the board. But like, yeah, it's just a huge mystery to me. And like one of the reasons why I was like, please be like Lynx and Wings in the first round is like I was saying to you, Freddie, before we started, like if it were Lynx Liberty in the first round, there's just something so disappointing and deflating about that. Like that deserves to be a at
although
minimum a second round series, although maybe not anymore,
although maybe
but
it's
it
the
just doesn't
scenario.
feel right. You know what I
N
mean? Like it is what it is, like ball don't lie, blah blah blah, but it just doesn't feel right
It
for
would
that to
be
be a first round series.
I do think it would be a, like, in the way that John Quell was sort of talked about, like, the Lynx should have had that finals. I do think it would be like a basketball gods are, like, rightening or, like or correcting just some
Righting the
sort of
wrongs with the
righting the
links,
wrongs. Yes.
with the link. I will say this about the links. Like yes, they had some bad luck, but it always takes a certain amount of luck to win a championship, I believe.
For sure, I
Right? Like
agree.
things you got to
I
be
think the Liberty
healthy.
deserved that, like, I mean, if you're a Lynx fan, that was devastating and, like, some shady calls, but I the Liberty were awesome. They deserved it.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm a big believer of one of, it's a trope, but that you got to knock on the door a few times
Mhm.
before you win a championship. I'm a very big believer in that, and the Lynx have done that. You know what I mean? They've knocked on the door a few times. They've stayed relevant. They've stayed on top. They've gotten better, and it does really feel like their time.
Nothing like no team in the WNBA is stopping the Lynx. There is one player that can and probably will though, and that's Asia Wilson. Like, but other than that, the Lynx cannot lose. There's no way that they're losing, but Asia Wilson could make it happen. Like,
Yeah, but
because
not single-handedly.
honestly, I think she can. Like, she's so crazy that I'm like, I just need to see her lose, and then I'll be like, oh, okay, right, she's mortal.
Yeah, but it's interesting because when the Aces were here, they like Becky Hammond said, like, I don't think they're a championship team yet.
Yeah, but that's how a championship coach talks. Like,
Talks, I guess.
I'm also not.
Asia said it too. Asia said it too.
I know,
So,
but
but
I'm not
also
like,
they're
yeah,
self-aware. But I guess what they're saying is that they're self-aware that they can be better. So
exactly, which is
that
scary.
is a deeper matchup that we all deserve. If not second round, then finals. Like we deserve that matchup for sure. And there's no way that's happening in the first round. But you're
No,
you're right. You're right. Cool. Okay, well, I think it's badass player of the week.
badass player of the week. Should I go first?
I can go first because we were just talking about
Sure.
them. She's been a badass player of the week before, but I personally haven't picked her. I think she's been your pick before, Freddie, but I'm going with Kayla McBride because she's had an awesome week. She had a career high of 40 points, and she hit a WNBA single game record of 10 3 points made.
Yeah, watch those highlights if you haven't.
Like it's so great. Like it's just yes, we've named her baddest player of the week before this year, but it just felt crazy not to pick her. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Like it just felt crazy not to have her. She's also her averages this week are 20 points a game. Is that right? 20 points a game. 2 rebounds. I guess the rest of the week is not That's exceptional. Her percentages are really good. Like she's shooting over 50% from the field and from three. So I guess it's more about efficiency this week. But really, like, congrats to Kayla McBride. Just a hell of a time to be a Lynx fan.
Yeah. One call I made at the beginning of the season that I'm happy because I knew it was coming. I said it a couple times, but I just knew someone was going to hit 10 threes. I knew that like there was a three-way tie
Mm,
for 9 threes made in a game, and I'm like, the way the league's going and the amount of like shooters that like could potentially do it, someone's going to get 10.
right.
And if someone
She
else
might not
got,
have the record for very long. Like, who knows?
honestly, like would not be surprised if someone else drops 10. Would not be surprised like next year if somebody drops 11. Like it's the style of the game, and I think that like there's a variety of players who, like, honestly, if you were like, okay, Freddie, you're like just put a bunch of money down on who hits 10 threes next. I think
Mabry?
there's like a solid Mabry could do it for sure. There's like a solid 15 players who I could see
Sure.
doing it.
Yeah. Ionescu. Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah. Oh god. Caitlin, Paige, AZ, um, Salon, Bridget Carlton.
Um,
There's a bunch of people who could do it.
okay. Who's your player?
My player is it's funny that we were just sort of talking about their struggles, but they are 4-1 in the past week. Winning's a main criteria for me. I feel bad because as of this recording on the 12th, uh, Golden State's on a 4-game winning streak. I really want to pick someone from Golden State, but they're just so well rounded that it's like no one's popping off statistically. So I went with the Liberty. They're 4-1. I'm going with Stewie. Stewie, this isn't the Stewie that we know as far as like, whoa, MVP numbers, but just winning games, and check these stats across the board. 30 minutes a game, 20 points, um, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and half a steal and a block. So Stewie's just kind of, doing her thing with really good defense, good field goal percentage. The 3-point percentage isn't great, but yeah, she's winning games, and like we were just saying, the Liberty are not the healthiest team, and she's dialing it up at the right time. They're also 7-3 in the last 10.
Amazing. All right. It's time for our FFQ.
Okay, FFQ. Here we go. Okay, so there's signature looks across the league. Olivia has her, she's got the fro out. She's also got the goggles. Angel and Asia both they rock the one leg sleeve. Gray has the goggles as well. You got the stud buds. Give me a player and give them like a signature something for no reason.
This is fun. I don't know what to do. This is very funny though. Okay, do you have one like ready to go?
You know me. I got a couple. I got a couple in the chamber. So here we go.
Okay.
Um, so I was thinking Kayla McBride, right? Often has like a tight sort of bun,
Yeah, a few players do.
and the way her bun sits, if she sort of, it's easier if you see me on YouTube, but if she like turned that bun into like a weird looking dyed kind of like helicopter blades, it would be strange, but I think that'd be great, and it would be a signature move. And again, this is FFQ. There's no reason for this. She doesn't need the press. She doesn't need that. She doesn't need a helicopter bun. But
It's
I'm
like the kid hat. Is that what you mean? Like a little
Yeah,
boy
yeah,
hat, but it's
yeah,
like
kind of, but, like, sort of like
but it's her
but
bun?
but it's her bun.
Wow, that's incredible. That's properly ridiculous. I don't know why. I need the world to forgive me because this is the first thing that came to my head. I don't
Sure.
know why. I thought, okay, Kelsey Plum,
Uh-huh.
parrot on the shoulder.
See, this is why we play the game. Parrot on the shoulder, that's nuts. That's nuts.
And I don't
Uh,
mean a real parrot. I don't mean a real parrot.
I doesn't matter. A parrot on the shoulder is incredible stuff, and,
Doesn't
I
make
love the
any
idea of, like, her trying to play games with it, but even if not, like, a
just
ton of
her like going down the court with this parrot on her shoulder.
and, like, a tunnel fit parrot, let's go.
Yeah, like, it's like what I picked, it's, like, tethered to it's not a real parrot. It's tethered to the shoulder, and it will just kinda flap about a bit
That's awesome.
as as she I'm so sorry. If
That's
Kelsey Plum
incredible.
ever hears this.
Um, what about a Britney Sykes, just like a mini cape?
A mini
Like
cape.
like, have you ever seen those capes that are, like, super small? Like, you can put, like, just like a mini cape on your back.
Okay. Mini cape.
Yep.
I also thought, again, just everybody forgive me. I thought about Marina Mabrey and the hair in front of the face all the
Yeah, yeah,
time,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I thought about what if we got, like, a shower cap?
Sure, shower cap's amazing. That's
Be the
awesome.
worst, ugliest thing. Or, I mean, she's Chef Mabry, she could play with a chef hat on,
Sure,
tuck
sure.
that hair in. But I was just thinking hats would be hilarious,
Yep,
to play with during basketball, but you can't play with a regular hat, like a cap, like, that would be
sure.
crazy.
Yeah,
So it's gotta be something that's really gonna stick there.
there'd be some issues. Camila Cardoso, um, let's put some contacts in her eyes, like snake eyes, money signs.
Oh, like,
You
funny.
you know what I mean? Just sort of,
That's so
like,
random.
you would stand out, okay? Trust me. If you're a casual watching the league, you'd be like, she's 6'7", but this guy, she's got money eyes? Like,
Okay.
for sure, if you had money eyes or snake eyes, 1,000% people will know who you are.
Okay, what about if on the leg sleeve, right? Like, if it's Asia Wilson or some other
Mhm.
player on the leg sleeve, you add, like like, a bunch of little triangles, like it's like an alligator
Oh, yeah. That's good stuff.
going down the side.
And if the pregame, if they're doing any like, sort of like
Yeah,
leg warm-ups, if we
yeah,
could just do an alligator thing, that's good.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
What about, I don't know who wears knee pads in the league. What if backward knee pad?
No, it sounds so
That would
uncomfortable.
be very uncomfortable for sure, but it would be one of those things where, like, I remember when sleeves became a big thing, and it was people like, "Wait,
Yeah.
why are they wearing, like, are they injured? What's going on? Why are they wearing a sleeve?" Um, I feel
What
like
about a
yeah.
yeah, no, go ahead, go ahead. I'm
Uh,
just adding to my thing. What about a shark fin on the back?
a shark fin on the back. Wow. This is
I'm
good.
just adding to it.
This is good. Sometimes you're like, "Oh, I don't know. Well, what
I'm
does
just
she do for."
thinking animal things now, which is not what this was necessarily, but I'm just adding to it. What about fangs? What if a player had fangs?
Oh, their mouth guard's fangs? Now we're
Yeah,
talking. Let's
that'd be
go.
cool, right?
That's the winner.
If a player had fangs,
Yeah.
that
That
would be very signature. Okay, we got properly silly as we always
yeah, yeah.
do. But I guess we'll wrap it up there. Everybody, thank you so much for listening and tuning in. We appreciate you so much. Please remember to like, subscribe, tell your friends, all that good stuff. Remember, tempo check as well. This week, talking about our time on the morning news
Mhm.
for good reasons. This podcast. Yeah, we'll catch you next time.
Alright, catch you next time. Peace, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.